Alright everybody, we're back with the next race, race number 10. This is the Olympic Triway Grand Prix. Sorry for the upload being so late. I honestly just haven't really been feeling like uploading. I've been on my Xbox playing Halo Infinite. Really enjoying playing that. Real fun, love grappling around, it's a good time. But I decided to get this thing out because we have the next race coming up. I actually thought there was going to be a bye week this week, so I was going to hold off on the race upload till like maybe this weekend so that, you know, some content in between. But we decided to do it this week, just in case the snow happens or whatever next week or whatever. So yeah, man, we got the Olympic Triway. This race isn't really that important for me. I was gonna take a downgrade regardless of my result, but I was gonna try and give some pressure to Viper and, you know, have a decent battle, have some fun with it, you know, pull off eventually and go back to fourth, but at least, you know, have an enjoyable fight. But you guys are gonna see what happens. We got a new member in the league, and I wish, honestly, like, I was a new member too at the beginning, or like the middle of last season, but I feel like the way we need to introduce them, like, this guy did not know the rules, and you guys are going to see how that screws me over coming up. Actually, a few times. A little bit of swerving, a little bit of, I don't know, just interesting things you're going to see here. So, we're in fourth right now. Very good start. We had an amazing start of this race, and then this Snake guy, you're going to see what happens with him. Ajax diving down the inside, and we're able to keep him at bay. So you're going to see how it all starts. It all starts with one thing, and it may not even been his fault. I don't know. Maybe he got too much slipstream and he didn't know what he was doing. I have no idea, but you guys are going to see what happens. So he's running up the hill. He's getting the slip, and then he just crashes, right? And he doesn't caution. He gets a 360. He gets fucking, of course he gets,
dude, that wasn't
he gets away, but I get fucked over. And then Alex is telling me to caution, when honestly it should be Snake that's the one that cautioning in that situation, not me. I'm on the track still, but in that situation, Snake needs to be the one to say caution. So if anything, he's the one that was at fault there. But back down, we're down all the way to 9th. That really screwed us over, threw us right in the back of the field, completely undid all of our work we did that first lap. And from here on out, it was just not really interesting. Someone lagged next to me, and then I slightly hit Soldier. Honestly, this race did not perform as well as I thought it was going to. When I did this race in practice, I thought it was going to be a lot more fun. I think it's one of those tracks. It's more fun when you just got 2 or 3 people battling, but when you get like 5, 6 people crowded, it starts to get a little messy, and you can see that just by you're gonna see that with some of the clips coming up. But yeah, we got Alex. I don't know what happened with Alex. He dove real hard to the outside right there. No one was gonna stop because no one hit him or anything. Now we're on our boy Soldier. Honestly, not a great start for both of us. It originally was good for me. I would probably be potentially battling for first place at the moment. Custodi's in first. Yeah, I totally would have been battling for first. And that could have changed the whole outcome of the race. If I could have battled Viper for long enough, potentially allowing Soldier to gain on him, and Soldier win the race, that could have changed the entire outcome. That just tells you how one little thing can mess up an entire race. And it's not the end of the world. Honestly, at this point, I don't know. Ever since I started playing that Halo Infinite on my Xbox, I just like my desire to play GTA and race is just so it's just dropped down so much. I'm telling you, that game is amazing. A little off topic with that, but I absolutely love it. I'm a Halo fan. I'm a diehard Halo dude. It's like where I started with Halo. Halo 3 was like the first game that really introduced me into gaming on the 360, and I would literally sit and play co-op with my friends all day. We'd just run through that campaign. We'd switch between the Arbiter and Master Chief. It was always a great time. Yeah, man, it's just bringing a lot of memories back playing it again. It's a really beautiful game. They did an absolutely amazing job. The last few Halos have definitely been a little questionable. Halo 4 and Halo 5 Guardians, definitely a little questionable.
Yep.
Halo 4 was okay. Halo 5 was pretty bad. This game delivered, man. It's honestly one of my favorite Halos. I think other than the original trilogy, it's probably the best one. Not even kidding. It's a very good game. If any of you guys got an Xbox, you gotta check it out. But anyway, we're back to the race here. I don't know what's going on here. Some sort of collision yet again. I'm just trying to let Soldier do his thing at this point because he's got the upgrades, and for me, the best result would be him getting some wins. I'm trying to get him to get some wins. That way he can kind of reduce Viper's points. But that just didn't happen this race, and that's okay. Viper fought hard. He had a good race. And I don't know what happened here. I hit Island. I'm trying to get the position back. This was like the final straw, and then I get hit by Alex. That was my fault there. That second time I should have called caution. Maybe Island should have called it too. I don't know, but at that point I'm just like, whatever. This is over. This race is fucked at this point. It was a little messy. I don't know. I wasn't really in a clear mindset when I was playing this game. I was just like, I'm normally a little more quick to respond to an incident, but I don't know. I think I didn't have energy this day. I didn't have my Red Bull. Honestly, I think I stayed up all night the night prior, and I just didn't have any energy. I think I stayed up watching the race. I think this was, if I remember correctly, this was the race, the F1 race. And I stayed up all night. I was at my friend's house. A few hours prior to that, we were drinking, watching the UFC fights and shit. We were just having fun, you know. And I didn't really have any energy and paid the price here. I gotta make sure I rest up easy before next Sunday, man. Gotta make sure I get my sleep, cause I sure as hell didn't have it. And we're all the way in 11th place here. So you guys are gonna see some fights here as I try and battle my way back up to the field. But at this point, it really doesn't matter. I'm gonna take a downgrade regardless. So at this point, I'm just kind of hanging out. I don't know what Cobra was doing. I think he ends up leaving the race or something. But yeah, man, pretty unideal race. Hazard. It's the first time I call Hazard, but it was really not even important at that point. No one's behind me but Cobra. I think he goes and retires the car here. And I believe I slipped again here. Dude, honestly, bro, the spoiler, I get that it reduces your downforce, but it's unrealistic how bad how horrible your downforce is without that back wing. Like, your car just cannot turn. It can't hold its own. It can't grip the ground at all. It's crazy. But yeah, man, we're in basically last place. Cobra just retired. He went to the pits. I don't know what. He didn't even say anything. He just kind of left. And for some reason, you guys, we're not gonna really be able to hear it right now. But normally I have like my audio sharing settings on, you know, so like you can hear people in the game and all that, like party. But for some reason, my party audio share settings got disabled randomly, and I had to re-enable them. I think it may be due to the fact that my PS4 aired a couple days ago, and like everything, I had to like reset everything on my console, and I think that was one of the things that reset. But strangely, my voice was still shared, like my personal voice, but like no one else's was. So I don't know what's going on there, but as you see, I almost hit the barrier there. I kind of had to go a little to the right there. And at this point, man, this is going to be a hard video to commentate over because we're just hanging out in 10th place.
Yeah, he's in the pits.
Guess I could go back to Halo.
No.
So on Halo, you got like it's an open world experience. Like, you know how Red Dead is open world? It's kind of like that. It's like a mix of a linear campaign as well as a open world. It's not quite full open world, full flesh open world, but it's close. For Halo, it truly is.
You should be able to still get
and it's great. I think it's actually a really good decision on 343, because I've always been a fan of that 343. Not 343. I've always been a fan of the open world type games. It's always been something I've been drawn to, and because as much as I like competitive multiplayer type games like this, I really enjoy just getting myself kind of immersed into a world and an atmosphere and just enjoying a game. And that's what Halo is, man, because I've always enjoyed the fighting, right? The combat, the clean, fluid combat style of Halo. Still to this day hasn't gotten old, but I really enjoy kicking back and just enjoying the world, looking at the scenery, and just enjoying the atmosphere, you know, exploring caves, exploring little Easter eggs and stuff, which Halo Infinite has so many Easter eggs. I actually found there's an original Xbox and a monitor you can find. If you grapple up into this little nook, this little hole up in one of the mountain areas, there's actually like a little gaming setup you find, and you turn on your flashlight and you can see it's the OG Xbox, original Xbox with a monitor or an old TV, and I thought that was kind of cool. The grunts are hilarious in it. They talk so much shit. Honestly, the AI are some of the best AI I've seen in Halo. Real good, man, real good. It's probably the most fun I've had on a game since Red Dead in terms of like a story game, and it's just been so refreshing for me because as much as I love GTA, it has been getting kind of boring for me personally. Even like the racing, I'm starting to get kind of burnt out. I'm considering retiring after this season. We have 5 races left. I don't know, maybe my mind will change, but if I'm planning on getting a wheel, so I'm probably gonna be playing a lot more F1 2021 and Gran Turismo, and that's kind of fill that void for that racing desire that I have, you know. I'm not gonna really feel like playing open wheel on GTA when I can go play with a race simulation wheel, you know what I'm saying? That's gonna be the new experience. It's gonna be the way to go. But who knows, maybe if enough people stay with it in our community, if there's like a good 10-15 people still in it, maybe I'll stick with it. I don't know, maybe I'll have to talk to some people and we'll speak about it and see what goes down with that. But as of right now, my mindset is kind of drawing away from racing next season. It's been a great season though. I've really enjoyed it. Right now, we're currently, after the results of this race, I think we're down by 9, so we're still very much in the fight. But it's really hard to win consistently, because you need your teammate to, like, just say for like when you get a P4, right, to get an upgrade back, or you can get a P2 to minimize damage. It's really nice to have a teammate that can win. And don't get me wrong, Soldier can win, but he hasn't learned how to short shift yet, I don't think. And his short shifting is really ideal for like the top 3, top 4 contenders of this league, because like Alex and Viper and I, all 3 of us short shift, and I don't think Soldier does. So he's just having to like maximize his pace through just lines and stuff. And he also doesn't move his camera, so it's tough. And because he used to, back when boosting was in the game, he was amazing. I mean, this guy, God tier, was soft braking better than any of us. So he was able to just fly away. And now we're seeing without the brake or the boost, it's a lot more balanced, you know, or a lot more even on the playing field. And he's still a great driver, don't get me wrong, but that short shifting is like, it's a hindrance. You're being hindered by not having the ability to shift your gears quickly, especially on these PR4 tracks. I think we'll see. I will not be surprised when we get to the BR8 tracks if Soldier wins a race or 2, though, because he is amazing in the BR8. He is honestly an absolute animal in the BR8. It's just what he is. That's the car for him. He knows how to drive that thing better than I do even. So I honestly won't be surprised if he's performing better than me in the last 5 races. He's just real good with that car. Because in the BR8, it's not as required. I feel like it does help for sure, but it's not nowhere near as crucial as it is with the PR4. And another incident, I don't even know. At this point, I'm just like, dude, like, fuck. I'm just trying to have a clean drive. I'm cruising in the back here, and I still got people hitting me. I don't even know what he did there, bro. I don't know why he went so wide to the right. There's a few times in this league, there's a few things where I question. I'm like, what are these guys doing? But maybe it was lag. I don't know. Maybe it was more to the left or something. I have no idea. But at this point, let's see. Well, we're 13 minutes in. We're chilling at P9 here. As you can see, the top guys are a whole freaking mile ahead of us. I wasn't even checking my time that much. I've kind of started to get to the habit of just not checking my time anymore. I just focus on myself, because it kind of messes with you if you're looking at your time all the time. You know, the timestamp and how far you are from someone. I just focus on my drive, and we're just cruising, baby. We're just cruising. We actually threw on a different, well, fairly similar livery. I changed my color to could I speak, please? The crew black. So it's nice and reflective. I think I'm gonna go back to my ice white under it, though. I think I like the look of that more with like the tires and stuff. It looks better in my opinion. So I'm gonna switch back to that for the next race, which is actually Vespucci. And I'm real excited for this race. I actually lagged out last season. I was in like 3rd or something. I actually was in 1st at some point, and then Alex kind of hit me. And then it was lag or something, so he didn't give me the position back, so I went back to 3rd. And we all went to the pit. It was me, Alex, and someone else. I can't remember who the 3rd person was between us, but we were all in the pit, and as we were exiting the pit, I noticed everyone is frozen, and I'm all of a sudden 1st. Then at that point, I lagged out. I think I actually uploaded a YouTube clip on it. Yeah, that was real unfortunate. So I'm looking forward to this race just to kind of see if I can actually have a real experience with it this time. We'll see what happens. We'll see how Soldier can do. I'm hoping Soldier can win this race, honestly. If Soldier can win this race and I can take like a P2, that'd be real nice. We'll see what happens, though. I'm sure Alex is going to be very strong here. He likes to strike a lot, so he's going to be someone to watch out for. Viper's still going to be real strong. He's only got 1 downgrade, so he's still going to be quick. So it should be a good race. I think this one will be fun. I hope so. I hope there's no severe incidents. I hope I don't get my back wing broken. That actually is the very first time I have broken a wing this entire season. I think, if I recall, I don't think I've broken a wing this entire season, up until that incident, literally, and at the PR4 too, which is very crazy. So I guess that's something to be slightly proud of. We've had a fairly consistent season, not many collisions, fairly clean, especially compared to last season. So that's good. And okay, we're finally gonna get some battle in here. Me and Kyle. Kyle's not a bad driver, man. I'm telling you, Kyle's improving. I can tell. And Me and him are actually gonna have some battles here. He held up too. I could not get away from him. And I did have 2 downgrades, but still, man, like he was holding his own, dude. We're getting in the toe of him now. We are gaining on him, but man, I tell you, it is hard to break free from people in this track. Real hard. And now it's me and Kyle, man. This is gonna be out. This is gonna last for a while. I don't remember how long, but it's a while, man. As you see, I almost go for the inside dive there. He kind of makes a little bit of a zigzag effort to counter that. I take the outside here, and this is going to go on for at least 4 or 5 laps. Like I said, dude, this guy, he is not bad. Kyle, I could see Kyle getting a lot better too. If he learned to like short shift and stuff, I could see him being a top driver. But now we're taking the inside line here. We're trying to protect the inside line. It's always, I feel like, the best way to defend there, and I leave him plenty of room to the left. After we get out of that area there, he doesn't take it though. He's just holding it, waiting. And that's what I would have done in that situation, I think, too, with the defense I had. I actually keep the inside here too, so I'm doing a pretty good job of holding this position for the moment, but he is hunting us. He is right there. So we're just taking the inside line here on every corner. And I believe I go outside here, nor do I? No, I keep the inside. I'm all inside, apparently. Sometimes I like to go on the outside there, give them the position, and they get the slip up the hill. But this time I suppose I decided to just keep the inside line. Still in first here. Insane how long I kept it there. But he takes it. Goes a little bit wide though, and I take it back. Almost have some contact there. I have to go a little bit to the left there. And back down the main, or not the main hill, but the Sprunk Hill. We'd call that the Sprunk Hill. Back down the Sprunk Hill. Still holding the position. Not for long though, because now we're going up the main hill here, and he's going to for sure take the position. Or is he? Actually heard him lift off there for some reason. Looks like maybe he wants to get the slip down the hill, huh? I think he wants to get the slip down the windy hill here. It's most likely what he wants to do, which I do not blame him, because the slip is very powerful down this hill. And hitting the wall a few times, that's not ideal. Losing us a little bit of time. But a lot of Kyle stay within our sights, and he takes the position. And get the slipstream on him. We're basically, man, this is going to happen for a good few laps. I kind of make some contact with the wall there. Luckily, I was able to hold the slipstream for just long enough to kind of gain back into his slip, because he could have broke free there with his engine, but luckily we were able to hold on to the slipstream just barely, literally. And he gives us the outside here. I decided to lift off here and wait, be patient, and take the slip at just the right moment and try to just boost by him. At this point, I was trying to get by Kyle. I was like, I just want to get by this dude. But I was not minding the battle, considering how the first 15 minutes of the race went. It was not the worst thing that could have happened for me, just to give me some sort of entertainment, some sort of enjoyment, and to provide some sort of content for you guys. Don't want to just be driving by myself the entire race. That wouldn't be very fun to watch. I think you guys are going to enjoy Vespucci, though, as long as it goes the way I think it will. Last season, it was a very fun race. Like, from what even though I lagged out, it was very fun up until I lagged out. Like, I was having a good time battling, so as long as I can do that again, I'm just hoping it's clean. I think I need to drive a little more cautious. I feel like I drove a little too aggressive this race, like with that move on Island. When I dove down, honestly, he could have probably called me out to like get position back, but he didn't. He was chill with it, which Island's pretty chill like that. He doesn't really. At the beginning of the season, he was a little more about it, like, you know, kind of wanting the positions back and making a scene about it, but he doesn't seem to really care as much anymore. I feel like that situation was more granted for him to say something than some of the incidents earlier on in the season, but didn't matter. Nonetheless, he didn't seem to care, so we were able to get away with that. Honestly, though, that was on me, though. I shouldn't have dove that hard on him. I was a little aggressive. I was trying to catch up to Viper so I could battle him, so I could help Soldier, you know what I'm saying? But that just didn't happen. I think playing cautious and careful and just choosing your moments wisely is much better than just gunning it and playing aggressive and constantly diving in and just going for it. And don't be wrong, there's times where aggression pays off, and sometimes there's moments where you need to be aggressive, like if it's the end of the race, there's only a few laps left and you just need to go for it. Yeah, go for it. But early on in the race like that, it's better to hold on to your tires, don't slam on that brake, and just kind of play conservatively and take your time. Because if I had done that, who knows, maybe I could have caught up to Viper. And honestly, though, that incident would have never happened if Snake hadn't spun out like that. Because I was up into, like, what, fifth place? and Viper was no more than 5 seconds ahead. So if that hadn't happened, this could have been a whole different race. It's crazy how just adding one new person to the league can change shit, you know, in one race. But he seems like he's a decent driver. He's just gonna have to learn some of the rules. Yeah, man. Kyle is still here. We're good. What was this, 6-7 minutes we can go in now? He's still here, man. Kyle, like I said, Kyle's doing good. If you're holding up with me, you're doing pretty good. Even though I have a few downgrades, Kyle did real well here. And I've been saying this the last few races. He's been getting better. And if he keeps this up, I could see him getting close to our level in the maybe next season, by next season. If I race next season, of course. Yeah, he's still here, man. He ain't giving up. He is not giving up easy. He is not making this easy for us. And my tires are starting to die on me. I'm like, God damn it, Kyle. You're killing my tires, man. And I hit the wall there on me completely.
Sorry.
I slightly dinked that shit. I don't know what happened there. Luckily, Kyle didn't break a wing or anything like that. I probably should have slowed down a little bit, give him the slipstream. But I think he was going to just keep going. I was going to pit anyway. I probably should have just slowed down a little bit there, to be fair. But he's still right behind us. He didn't lose a wing or anything like that, luckily. And this is the first time I actually checked the time. You see Viper is well ahead at this point. I truly believe if that snake incident never happened with that dude, I would have caught Viper eventually. And I think I would have battled him for quite frankly, probably most of the race. And it could have been a very, very entertaining video here. Two championship contenders battling it out, you know what I mean? But that just didn't happen today. Or I guess this was about a week ago now, but it just didn't happen. Can't always have those things happen. It's just the way it goes sometimes. You live and you learn. So, chilling back in P8. Kyle decided to keep going, so we'll see if we can get the undercut on him. Don't know how powerful that is on this track, but we were ahead of him though, so I guess it's not really an undercut. So we should be ahead of him when he pits, as long as our pace is good, which I believe as of right now we're doing pretty good for an outlap here. Up until that corner, of course, took that a little too hard. This track was real fun to drive though. Aside from it not being the most interesting race for me in terms of my perspective, it was a little bit on me. You know, that snake incident wasn't my fault, but the one with Island, that was me. That was me. I'm willing to take fault when it's my fault. That was on me. Fortunately, no one's wing was broken, and it wasn't the end of the world. Besides for me, actually, my wing was broken. I was punished for it. So honestly, I feel like the punishment was served because I lost a back wing and had to pit. So I was definitely punished for it. So I feel like in all things considered, it ended up working out. And I got a few people spectating. We're always getting some people to spectate in here. This race wasn't the most interesting to watch, at least from my point of view, though. Hopefully Viper was having some fun time battling up there, but it looked like he had first place pretty secured. The beginning of the race, though, looked fun. I seen Stoney was up in first a few times. I seen Kyle was even up there. So the beginning of the race probably was interesting from their point of view. Wish I could have been there with them, because if I was there with them, maybe we could have had battles between me, Stoney, and Kyle, and all of us, and then eventually me and Viper would have slipped away, and then me and him would have battled with Soldier creeping behind us. I think it could have been a cool experience, but like I said, some things don't work out like that, and that's okay. Take that corner pretty well there. Exited with like a 37, which is decent for downgrades. Normally I like to see a 36, but pretty good for downgrades here. And at this point, I don't believe we have too much more battles. Kyle may rejoin the battles at some point. I still don't think he's pit. I don't think he's pit yet. No, he hasn't. He's really going long with these tires here. You can do that on this track. You can extend these tires. I tested it in practice. You can go 13 laps if you do it right. But on the 12th and 13th lap, you're not very competitive. Your tires start to wear out. Like on that 12th lap, you really have to start preserving. And then on that 13th lap, your tires are really uncompetitive. Like you're losing like 2-3 seconds. But you can still go, you know. It's better than like, it's quicker overall in a race pace than pit stopping, right? Like realistically, you could have honestly done a one stop. If you just could have avoided incidents, you could have gone 13 laps, pit on the 13th lap, and then gone the rest of it and pit, and then because it was a 26 lap race. That would have been very crazy to see someone win the race doing a one stop strategy. If I had full upgrades, I may have went for that, but I didn't have full upgrades, and I was wanting to get my upgrade back, so I was just like, all right, let's just chill here. I still wanted to try to get up to like P4 just for like pride, you know, just to be like, oh, I can battle through the field and get a decent result to the race, even though it's not going to count for points or anything. Because this would have been my worst result as well for point drop. Kyle kind of did. Kyle kind of did the same thing that I did a few laps back. Besides, it was on the other side. I don't know what happened there. We were talking a little bit, but like I said, you can't hear their voices for some reason, or not for some reason, because the PS4 decided to cut off my audio. I gotta start checking my settings. Like I used to be like really like
I'm not talking at all.
Careful about that, but I gotta start looking at it before every race.
Earlier I said,
there's been a few times like
remark.
international. I set my times to 30 minutes, and for some reason it cut right there. Anyway, I set my time to 30 minutes normally for like recording clips, so that way it doesn't take up so much space and I can just trim it. But for races, you gotta set it for an hour, and I forgot to do that for international. That was why that race video was shorter, and the first 7 laps had already transpired in the video. But luckily I was able to remember not to do that again, because I always end up disabling the hour clip recording after the race. So when I like upload, like if I record like a hot lap or something, or like a COD video or whatever I'm doing, it's only 30 minutes. But luckily I remember to do that, and let's see where we're at. What lap are we on? I can't remember what lap we're on, because it cut. Stupid video cut. I hate when PlayStations do that, man. I will say though, at least PlayStation with recording, like you can record up to an hour on PlayStation, but on Xbox, bro, it's one thing I don't know like about my Xbox One, and that's why I'm getting a Series S. So I don't know how that's gonna work. I'm hoping there's an update or like an upgrade to like the recording and whole just process of uploading videos and streaming and doing that whole entire all that stuff on the Xbox. Because right now it's a little inconvenient. Like you can only record like up to like 5 minutes or some shit, and it's just like not ideal at all. So you have to like, you're almost forced to get like an Elgato and that whole setup, you know, if you want to really be a content creator on an Xbox, which is not cool in my opinion. I feel like they could totally for sure add something like this. I don't know why they don't, because I've been playing a lot of Halo Infinite, and I'll be wanting to record stuff, and I can record like 5 minutes, but I can't do like a full on, like, just for example, like if I want to record like a mission or like whatever, can't do that. I need a capture card, or either that, or I have to literally record it every 5 minutes, pause the game after I record it, and then play it again, record 5 more minutes, and just keep doing that over and over again until the mission's over, and then like cut it together, you know. And who wants to do that? I don't even think you could upload it though, because I don't think you can put clips like that together and upload them. Like Xbox is whack when it comes to that shit. But I guess that's one thing I can be happy about with the PS4, that it's able to record up to an hour. It's actually pretty cool. Even though sometimes things will happen with the recording system, it's a little buggy at times, but at least it gives me that option to have that ability to do that. Because I wouldn't be able to make content without it, because I would have to. I have an Elgato card actually, but my PC is so shit that I can't even use it on the PC without the quality being just garbage. It's like it's not even worth it, you know. So I need to get a better PC. Yeah, man, closing into the last 5-6 laps here. We have our boy Snake here, who started all the carnage for us this race. Not blaming him or anything. He kind of just caught the slipstream, went up the hill, and probably didn't have enough experience on the track to realize that he was going too fast and he was going to spin there. It's all good. That's just how it goes sometimes. Because I was going to take 4th place on this race anyway, or that was my plan, just to go for 4th. That way I could get my upgrade back. But now I'm just trying to fight to that position. It wouldn't have mattered though, because as you know, I would have been downgraded anyway, or upgraded back, and like it would have been my worst result regardless, so the points would have been taken no matter what my points were. But like I said, just for pride purposes, you never give up when you're racing, you know what I mean? Even if you know you're not going to need the position, just go for it anyway, as long as you don't mess anyone else up. And Snake was, he is swerving around, dude. Like, look at him. Look at this guy holding the left side. I was telling Ajax, I mean, you need to talk to this dude. He swerves a lot.
You're gonna have to talk to a Snake about swerving around.
I don't know if you can hear him or hear me over my commentary here, but he was swerving quite a bit, and I was not having it. I was kind of getting a little frustrated here. I don't know if he does it again. I tell him not
left
to.
Left side, Snake. Don't swerve in front.
I'm like, left side. Like, do not swerve in front of me, please. He gets taken out somehow. I think he catches my slipstream.
I'm okay with that though, because I'm not trying to battle him because he's a little newer to the season, and I'm not trying to get crashed out or anything like that. So now we're catching Stony. At this point, we're starting to get a little closer to the, you know, mid pack, to the people at top of the field. Not quite though. We're still quite a bit behind Viper. We're a good fat minute behind Viper. The Ant Soldier, they're gone. They're in their own race. They're the only two I think that really were able to avoid most of the collision. Soldier was in it at the first few laps too. Viper completely avoided all the bullshit, and Soldier avoided most of it. He had a bit of it the first few laps, but was able to get through the field eventually. And see, if I would have been able to catch Viper, I think I could have battled him, and Soldier would have been able to catch up, and it could have been a whole different race. But that didn't happen. Unfortunate. And look at that sunset, man. I can't wait till the or is that a sunrise? I don't know. I think that might be sunrise. I can't wait till the PS4 or the PS5 remaster version comes out, because this game has like ray tracing and stuff, and it's gonna look so nice when they remaster the game. Because like Red Dead and Rockstar, you know how like Rockstar made Red Dead as well, and I'm always like taking photo mode screenshots and stuff on Red Dead because of the ray tracing. It's just so beautiful in that game. And even GTA at times, I'm like, man, this looks real good. I can't wait till this gets remastered, you know, because it's gonna look really good. Like, I can't wait. But let's see, where are we at now? We got Alex 7 seconds behind. We actually I think we catch Alex. We do catch him at the end of the race, and he was almost like willing to give me the P3. Like, my tires were like dead in the last corner of the last lap, and I had to slow down a lot, or else I would have spun. Because in practice I tried doing that once and I went over the rail, so I like slowed down significantly, and not in an uncompetitive way, just because I had to. Because as you can see, my tires starting to get orange on the right side, and by the time we were on that last lap, that final corner, my tire was dead, and I had temporarily passed him, but he had my slipstream, and I knew he was gonna pass, so I just kind of slowed down, one, to let him pass, two, so I didn't spin out because my tire was literally dying. And he didn't. You're gonna see what happens. He like slowed down in quite an uncompetitive way. He was like really slow. Like, I was like a little confused. I'm like, what are you doing, dude? And he even said at the end of the race, he's like, I was trying to like give you that position so I could keep my upgrade. He was trying to play that game. I was like, nah, bro, I ain't having that. I'm taking my P4. You guys will see how that transpires at the end, and as we enter the last 3-4 laps here. And at this point, it's just a slow chase to Alex, as you see, he's right there. And he definitely was taking his time here. He was trying to let us catch him, for sure. And I wasn't even gonna try and pass him. I was just gonna kind of mess with him, because in his head, I knew he would know that I wanted P4. So I was gonna like pass him and then kind of like confuse him, just kind of mess with him. And then, because I knew he was gonna be able to get the slipstream and pass me anyway. So I was just gonna try to have some fun with it. Towards the end, you know, might as well. But I think he knew what I was up to, as you guys are gonna see in the last few laps. And I think his tires were also starting to die out too. I don't know if he extended the last stint, or if he just went with a safe pit. I'm not sure what he was on in terms of strategy. He hasn't uploaded a video, I don't think, yet. Which is a little unusual of him, but at the same time, I didn't upload my video until just now, so we're both a little late on the uploads this week. I've just been playing so much Halo on my Xbox, I haven't had any desire or urge to even be on my PlayStation, really. I've hopped on a few nights to play some Minecraft because some of my IRL friends we're doing a survival world right now, and having some fun on there. He's all about going into the Nether and enchanting and doing all that stuff. I don't even know how to do that stuff, half of that. I'm just the creator in the group. I just make the fort. I'm just making all the shit in our base, making it look cool, you know, because I'm very, very creative with that type of thing, and that's real fun. It's hard though, because I'm so used to being in creative and just having unlimited blocks, you know. Not survival though. You gotta constantly be mining for cobblestone, or like you have to go get sand to cook with your coal to like make the glass. You have to do all that stuff, and it takes a lot of time for sure. But it's almost more rewarding when you create a really cool like fortress or something, because you're like, man, I really, not only did I build that, but I had to like get all the resources for that. And look how close we are to Alex. This is ridiculous how close we are to Alex. He was even saying, he's like, I was just lifting. He was like, I wasn't being uncompetitive necessarily. I was just kind of lifting a lot. He was really taking his time, you know. He wasn't like braking that much. He was just kind of lifting around corners and just chilling. Yeah, I had to pit once.
And Ajax, I think Ajax just asked me how many times I had pitted. And yeah, like I said, you can't hear him.
Earlier. I'm really kind of annoyed that I forgot to turn that setting back on, but I didn't realize it was off, you know. But we're real close to Alex now. I think we're approaching the last few laps, and at this point I could see him going wide, and I know he doesn't normally go that wide on the corner. I know he's trying to let me catch at this point. Like, this man is intentionally going slow right now. And I decided for the hell of it, I'm like, let's fight him. Let's battle, dude. Let's battle. Last lap, let's battle. Just for the fun. And I just dive this shit. I'm like, fuck it, fuck it. I dive that shit down. He's probably, at this moment, I'm wondering if he's confused, and he's like, why is Elite trying to go for P3 right now? But I knew what I was doing. I was just having fun with it. I was going to give him the position back because there's so many opportunities to overtake, and he just was not taking it, bro. Like, he really was trying to give me that position. He was just holding, lifting behind my slip. And I was like, all right, this little shithead's trying to give me this position, but I ain't going to let that happen. My tire was dead, though, at this point. I had to slow down. My tire was so done, dude. This tire was hurting. It was hurting to drive at this point. And I failed the hell out of a short shift right there. He's catching me. And I'm just taking it careful at this point. You can hear the tire blinking. I could feel it dying on me. And
Left side. Is there, Alex?
I'm telling him to take the left side. He doesn't even take it. And at this point, I knew he was trying to give me P3. I'm like, bro, what is this dude doing? And tire is just done right here. I can't even barely get through this corner. And I'm like, what is this dude doing? I'm trying to give him the position. I'm holding. I'm giving him as much time. He's not taking it. My tire is dead as fuck at this point. I'm like, what are you doing, bro? I'm like, what are you doing, my man?
What are you doing, bro? P4 Elite.
I don't know if you hear him on the mic or hear
Yeah,
me on the mic, but I'm just like, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing? We had a good laugh about it after the race. But I was trying to give him a position. As you see down that last straight,
I wasn't trying to take that P3, Alex.
my tires was so dead. I was like, is he gonna take the position or
Said
not?
I wasn't trying to take that P3.
And he ended up taking it at the end though. And yeah, man, that's P4 for us. So we get an upgrade back. That's our worst
I just
result in the
wanted to
last
see-
5
I
races,
just
so
wanted to
this
mess with you a
race
little
won't
bit.
count for points. And now we're going into the final 5 races of the season. The what's it called? The what do they call it?
Yeah, I
The
was lifting off.
playoffs.
Okay.
The
Let's
regular
see
season
myself
is
some
now
tires.
done.
Tires are dead.
And yeah, man, pretty good season so far. And let's hope it wraps out good. If I win the season, great. If I don't win the season, fine. I'm not really worried about it regardless. All I wanted to do this season, my goal was this season, well, of course, was to go for a win, of course. If I can win the championship, that's great. But my goal mainly was just to have a good season. I just wanted it to be interesting. And I feel like I provided that. And it's not even
I
over
know you're
between
going
Alex.
back
Alex and
behind the
Soldier
tail.
still could potentially catch up. You never know what happens. So when someone has one bad race, you never know. You know what I'm saying? So it's possible, but yeah, it's been a good season so far. And now we're having to do it a little different here because the pit stop was like right at the finish line, so we had to actually go off to the side here and get everyone's position correct. A little interesting, but all right, that's where I'm gonna end the commentary. Normally you'd be able to hear their voices afterward, and we could, you could kind of listen to what we were talking about, what we were bullshitting about. But like I said, goddamn PlayStation, shut off all my shit, so you're not gonna be able to hear them. You may be able to slightly hear them through my mic, but you're not gonna be able to make out mostly what they're saying. But thanks for watching, guys. Sorry for the late upload again. I'll try to upload the next race a little sooner. But yeah, man, Vespucci is next. Hope it's a good one, and yeah, guys, peace out. And forgot to say this is the results after this race going into the final 5 races of the season. And yeah, man, that's what we got going on right now. Very close, very interesting, and yeah, that is the current standings. Anyways, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this. Peace out. Excuse me.